Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Escreal Minecraft Redstone tutorial. Today we're going to be building an automated sugarcane Towny microfarm. This microfarm is really a variation on the previous design that I built for our Towny pumpkin farm. If you would like to see that tutorial, you can either click right here on the screen or down in the description below. Now, since the sugarcane farm really is just a variation on the design that I put together for the pumpkin farm, I'm going to spend less time in this video going through in detail how things work and why, but please feel free to hop over to the other video at any point if you want to get a more in-depth explanation of some of the circuitry or some of the logic behind the builds. These microfarms that I've been building really focus on 4 specific objectives. First, they need to be fully automated. Second, because I'm building these for a towny environment, I'm trying to be very sensitive to the space constraints of someone who would like to have an automated farm within their base, but not have it take up the entire area. Third, I want these farms to play nice with everybody. Since these farms are running on a multiplayer server, it's important to me that these are not causes of lag and disruptions to the gameplay experience. Finally, I wanted these builds to be something that you could easily get to early in your survival gameplay. This means that all of the building materials that went into this design are things that are readily discoverable just easily throughout the world. Even the quartz is readily accessible. I mean, odds are you'll go through the portal, find more than enough that you need, and get back before you've even fallen into a fiery lake of lava. I mean, where's the challenge in that? It's not like I'm asking you to find slime. And so, with that in mind, I went ahead and put together these designs. This sugarcane farm has a 4x5 footprint. It grows 2 sugarcanes within the farm itself, has a toggleable on-off switch so you can control when you no longer want it to produce, and can easily feed into a storage system if you wanted to extend it. So let's see how it's built. This farm is 4 blocks wide, 5 blocks deep, so we'll start by placing our chests in the front of the farm with 2 hoppers going directly into it. We will then put 2 stone slabs on either side of the hoppers. We will skip a space, put a smooth sandstone block, skip another space, and then fill out the rest of the perimeter, ending with 2 more stone slabs. Next, we're just going to put down 2 temporary blocks where we'll put our internal lighting system, which are jack-o'-lanterns. Once those are there, we can kill the 2 blocks underneath them and put 1 sand block next to the hoppers. We're going to fill underneath the pumpkins with water and then put our last sand block next to the last hopper. Now we have both water and light sources directly in the farm right next to our sugarcane. Next up, we're going to continue on our second level of our walls with 2 stone slabs on both sides, followed by smooth sandstone along the back, just on the top row. Then, a 3rd row of sandstone that wraps around our pumpkins, followed by 2 more stone slabs. Next up, we'll plant our sugarcane and begin wiring up our redstone. We'll start with putting down our pistons. After that, we will put a lever, which leads into a redstone repeater, which leads into a redstone torch. 2 blocks up, we actually need to destroy this block, which wasn't intended to be there, and replace it with a redstone torch. We'll then put another block of smooth sandstone above that redstone torch, and then cover the top with redstone. Now, if we come down to this lever, we can see that flipping the lever activates our pistons, turning it off, closes our pistons, and this gives us our on-off switch for the farm, which means it's time for the automation. We'll begin by going 1 block over from these sugarcane reeds and putting a piston pointed upwards. We're going to put a block of sand on top of that piston and a redstone comparator pointing away from it. We're then going to come around to the front. Next to this piston, we'll put 2 more stone slabs. We'll pull up our furnace and put it on those stone slabs facing towards the sand. We're going to put 42 stackable items into the furnace, which feeds our comparator and activates our redstone. Next, we're going to continue with our redstone, wrapping it around the corner and placing down 1 more redstone repeater. For a slight sense of symmetry, we'll put down some cobblestone, followed by smooth sandstone, so we have a similar pattern to the piston and sand on the other side. And we'll come around to the front, put down 2 more stone slabs, another cobblestone block, and then we're going to just put a couple of rows of stone slabs with some accent pieces on the edges. Lastly, we're now just going to continue up with the rest of our redstone, running out through this redstone repeater on top of the sandstone, and then just go straight across on top of our furnace. We now have a fully wired up, automated sugarcane farm. And in fact, if you'd like to test it, we can just switch over to sugarcane and simulate the process of growth. Or the system can save me the trouble of doing that and show you it in action. Thank you, farm. I appreciate you too. Now, all that really leaves for us to do at this point is a few cosmetic steps. We want to make sure that all of these open spaces are closed off, so that way the sugarcane is being launched into the hoppers and not potentially outside of the farm itself. So to do that, we'll just put a couple pieces of smooth sandstone down, along with some glass blocks. We'll then come around to the front, and using glass panes, we will just fill in the rest of the outside. Going with glass panes just because it gives it a slightly thinner look. And since we are space constrained, I figure that helps. Finally, the last touch, add a sign with instructions on how to both turn the system on, as well as how to turn it off. And we're done. We now have a fully automated sugarcane farm, perfectly designed for a towny plot environment. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please consider clicking the like button down below. And if you'd like to see more of these types of videos, please subscribe and let me know. If you have any feedback or suggestions for future videos, please add them to the comments below. I'd greatly appreciate getting them, and I love reading them. I'll include a world download for this farm in the description below, but while you're in there, if you haven't already checked it out, please go and check out the automated pumpkin farm as well. Since they are both very similar farms, I did do a few things a little bit differently intentionally, particularly in the production side of these videos, so I'd love to get your feedback. But that's going to do it for us for today. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye!